Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Bruce, aka Haunted Husband, and welcome back to We the Revolution. Hot off the last episode, we're about to try Robespierre for his crimes against France, and hopefully find out what happened to Henrot as well. But if you didn't see the last episode, go check it out, because we're just plowing people our way now. We are the power. I'm surprised Tumville's still here. I thought he was supposed to take Danton's position, but I guess that hasn't been approved yet or whatever. But go watch the last episode and then come back to this one. That way you're all caught up. Without further ado, let's try the son of a bitch. May I remind you about that you owe me after our last game of dice? You lost, remember, yesterday. Let us free the accused. Excuse me? You think I'm letting him go? You think I'm letting? Oh, Henrot's dead. Gobel's gone as well. He escaped from Paris. Good to know. He fell in battle. Sense of the guillotine, shot. Sense of the guillotine, sense of the guillotine. You think I'm gonna let this guy go? Because I lost in a dice game? No. Not in your life, brother. It's Fabrice. Counter-revolutionary and treason. We have him, Monsieur le Judge. We have Robespierre. Finally, we can try him for the terror that he has brought upon us, for all the accusations of treason, for his dictatorial inclinations. At the time when the new government was full of corrupted people, hearing the nickname the Incorruptible, nevertheless, France has paid a price in blood for his ideals. The Law 22 Prairial, which made it possible to sentence people without trial, may have been proposed by Couthon, but it was on the authority of Rob that had led its implementation. The defendant wanted to give himself the means to kill his political opponents, a perfect tool that would prevent him from testifying in court. When Rob pointed at someone, they were as good as dead. Moreover, according to a rumor, Rob allegedly suggested that once, while having dinner with Bertrand Paris, that France could benefit from decimating its population. That only a ruined and thinned out, but ideologically pure society could rebuild France in the spirit of the revolution. Why would Rob, a man whose reputation was once irreproachable, engage in such atrocities? Dictatorship, Monsieur le Judge, is our last accusation. We find no other logical explanation that the Incorruptible's desire to gain absolute power over France, which is equivalent to treason. At the defendant's arrest, we searched City Hall and found a sealed engraved with the furthest, the main symbol of royalist power. So it tells me this is not going to be a lot of questions in this one. How did the defendant explain that he was in possession of seal bearing the symbol of royalty? Should be interesting. First of all, I asked the accused if he's able to speak well. I can't. Mr. the Judge, everyone here demands that, in accordance with the law, we need only confirm the identity of the defendant and pass sentence without trial. In accordance with the law, perhaps, but it is moral. Let the Incorruptible taste the law he made for others. Are you Maximilien Robespierre? Yes. We can now sentence him to death for his crimes against the people. What? Oh, you're just putting on a show for the dais? Because you actually want me to let him go? Nah, bruh. Do you admit that you are guilty of treason and beheading politicians who are hostile to neighboring countries? Never know. I cannot look at this traitor. I only serve France, the people. Then why do you have a seal with the fleur de lis? Forged, not mine. Which foreign ruler promised you the throne if you eliminated the politicians loyal to the revolution? I remove saboteurs, like you. We'll remove your head. Were the recent arrests a prelude to your decimation of society? Gossip could never... What kind of man could think of something like that? A monster? To destroy the nation and make place for those who are loyal to him is beyond terrible. Not me. Tens of thousands have left their blood on your hands. It's not gossip. You sought to destroy the entire nation. Didn't really move the needle on that one. Did you push through the Law 22 Parallel and the convention to allow the mass murder of citizens? Hard to talk. It's going to be more difficult when you cut off your head. Not to murder. Then why this criminal and murderous law? For the good. He says it's for our good. I'll take his head off myself. Of France, not yours. Do you long for absolute power? Never. And yet you are known for taking merciless measures against those who... Politics, like here, politics. We are in the court now, and the court is ruled by Themis. Keep the fools thinking that. Give the bastard what he deserves. I remind you that the defendant's identity has been confirmed and his guilt is obvious. He can be sentenced. I know the law, Prosecutor Tomville. Hurry, fainting. I somehow got to bring the aristocrats back into my fold. I'm not sure I'm going to do that, but... Guilty, and I will say it again, he is guilty. To the guillotines with him. To the end of tyranny. I don't get that. I don't get why he was trying to get me to free him. I mean, we have to give a speech, don't we? Hopefully it's enough to push him where I want to push him. As a judge, I merely carry out the will of the Republic. By passing the sentence, we are making our streets safer. I am not mourning the one being guilty, but us, his victims. We are not worthy of the freedom if we let the old system and rotten morality poison our country. Yeah, boy. Don't even have anything to say about it. My dude, that's the first time I've ever clicked on anything of choices that actually improved everybody's mood. That's a first. It'd be hard pressed to find someone who would get mad about a fundraiser for an orphanage. So I'm locked in this conflict. A perfect intrigue. Rosber's time is over. Now the convention must choose new members of the Committee of Public Safety and deal with the chaos in the city. Your last speech was impressive, and you will surely be able to convince them at least one or more times. Limited power is at your fingertips. only got 5. And I can either... I really don't care about the report. I really don't care about the juries. I hate to say it, I really don't care about the jury's verdict either, so... I mean, I'm going to do what I want to do. Not have to worry about Tinval, because I didn't freaking let Rosper go. Ooh. I went from here to the top of the food chain? He's still alive? How's he still alive? He needs to be dealt with. She needs to be promoted. She needs to be up here with Renard. She's been a very good ally. David needs to move up to this tier right here. I don't know who this is. Common folk want that. Aristocrats. That would bring me more than favor of that. What do we got here? Did he confess to a crime? Counter-engineering. When come into possession of such a large house, according to the testimony, what do dogs do during... The fuck am I... He is accused of mutilation by Jars. In the evening, 2 hungry dogs of an unknown breed attacked a meat merchant, Sisson Corbes, at the market. She tried to chase them away from her goods with a stick, but failed to scare them. The dogs knocked her to the ground and attacked her. When she finally managed to escape, they feasted on her leftover goods. The guard arrived after a few minutes, but animals were already gone. Locals immediately pointed to an old house surrounded by a small park. We established that it is occupied by Ganton Thibaudaux, an elderly man who works at night watchman at a nearby factory. We arrested him even though he refused to acknowledge the dogs, but unfortunately for us, the offending animals returned home during the arrest. Soldiers tried to shoot the aggressive mutts, but they disappeared into the dark. Let it be known that the attacked woman's hand and face were severely bitten. We were a hair's breadth from a tragedy. Well, I mean, none of this really... For such a measly case, why is it so... Like, I don't understand any of that. Like, none of that makes any sense to me, but okay. Sisson Thibaudet. I'm gonna keep changing his name. I'm gonna call him Tib. Tib, do the dogs that attacked the stall holder belong to you? No, Monsieur the Judge, they are not mine. Who do they belong to then, if I may ask? My brother, Bruno. Where is he now? I don't know. He left some time ago and never came back. He probably fought somewhere and died. Did he actually take care of the dogs? We haven't talked much in recent years. One day he just left, and that was it. Do you live in a house surrounded by a garden? What does that have to do with the case? I was merely wondering how a watchman who could not afford to buy food for 2 dogs is able to maintain such a house. It's no palace. Our father bought it many years back for a good price. He wanted to show it off in front of my mother, let her live like a countess. Then what? Then we never had enough money to really maintain the place. We couldn't repair the roof, repair the old windows. The fence is also in ruins since the dogs can escape through the holes. That's true, but do you know how much I would have paid for that? What part of my salary? Why did you not sell the house? We wouldn't do it while our father was alive. It would have broken his heart. And after his death? Then the house was already in ruins, like it still is. Who would want to buy it? Where are the dogs now? They're not mine, and I don't know where they are. When the soldiers started shooting, which they shouldn't do in the city, the dogs scampered. Then what? They brought me here in chains. Do you think they could find your brother? I think he was killed and robbed. Do you even know what's going on in the city? You must have some idea where we were going. Shows us willingness to cooperate. It's on good. They like to show up at the market and go to the fields on the outskirts of Paris. From time to time, they walk around Les Halles. As soon as I get back in the Aristotle's good graces, I have to do these. Murdered his wife and set light the tenement in which they lived in order to cover his tracks. 8 people died in the fire. That's death penalty, brother. Merchant Jean-Marie Pollard has been accused of deception. Henri Gillette purchased a defective coffee grinder from him. When she wanted to return the faulty object, the merchant offered to sell her 9 tiny components that would make the grinder faster and more efficient, and actually worked. Paul and Gustave Deguenes forced their younger sister to sell her own body. I know for a fact they were spending the money she earned on vast quantities. Oh, you don't like that? Oh, I'm sorry that I sentenced 2 pimps to the guillotine. My bad. You cannot be held accountable for someone else's dogs. I find you not guilty. Hope that once all this commotion ends, we will revisit this case. I got 11 points. When am I going after Renard? That's what I want. I want to go after Renard. And once Renard is dealt with, I think I'll be satiated with my bloodlust.
Your eyes were never so empty. But today, I want you to be proud of me.
Come with me, Monsieur le Juge.
Really?
Son!
Welcome, brother.
Bruno?
You were in the dark for so long.
Holy hell.
Bruno? Is that really you? How is it even possible?
You were told what you were supposed to think. I had to die as our father's favorite son so that I could be born again. While you have been leading a comfortable domestic life, I was crawling in the mud of a battlefield.
You put yourself there,
We
brother.
all thought you were dead.
It was much easier that way, wasn't it? I was dead and have been through hell, dear brother. Paris abandoned me. Every door closed at the mere sound of my name. That was when hell reached for me. I enrolled in the army, hoping for a noble death. Instead, I was captured, taken, and I suffered. The enemies played a game of dice with me. If I won, I would be free. But for each round I lost, I would also lose a hand. I won the first one, but the second,
Who told me about the one-armed man?
I was able to escape and started planning my revenge on our family, our father. On everyone who had disowned me.
Revenge? On us? You should lay the blame on Clement Renard. He was the one to...
I blame you all. Father, you, France.
You want to hurt your own family?
You disowned me, as God disowned Cain. Father abandoned his own son, and you did not even try to defend me.
I was young.
Now you are an adult, and our father will watch your fall from grace as far down as you can go. He will eventually abandon you, as he did me. I have realized that death will not hurt him as much as watching his other son reach the bottom and become a villain too. And you did extremely well. You destroyed them. The Roland, Pache and his daughter, Gobel and his bastard son, and now Robespierre. You did everything according to my plan. All I needed to do was awaken your desire for power. I made sure that you would fall with me, right before Father's eyes. Now he will see that we are equal.
Was my son's death also part of your plan?
I executed him through the hands of Renard and your beloved mentor.
That's right. It was Raymond who said that.
I visited him and made him believe the story of his imprisoned son. Then he also became one of us, a villain. He helped me to kill your child in order to save his own. See, I needed my own revolution. A place for people you call criminals, because they do not fit in your society. I lead an army of outcasts in Paris. An army of the sons and daughters left behind after you decapitated their mothers. People who have lost everything because of the revolution were expelled, forced to move to a foreign land. In a few days, we will attack Paris and build a new home on its ruins. A place where a father will always keep an eye on both his sons.
Are you insane?
Wait until you hear what I intend to do with your second son.
He's not done anything.
He must pay for the sins of his father. Everyone must. Just as I paid for the cowardice of ours. He will play 2 rounds of dice. Each round you lose, he will lose a hand. That is the same price I had to pay. And now it's your son's turn. The price is suitable for the sins you are guilty of.
How about no?
You have killed every person that would be brave enough to face me. Thank you.
What a terrible roll. Oh, Jesus. Really? You're not doing me any favors here. It took me 2 rolls to equal his 1 roll.
The blood is on your hands, not mine. I won again.
I need like a master roll or something. Do I reroll now? In hopes my last roll is not god awful. This is bullshit. I would need him to roll like the worst roll in his life, and he didn't do it.
You think that you know what it means to suffer. Wait until I show you.
So we're both out of rerolls, right? It's just straight. Well, I can't really do anything, so I don't know why you even give me the option. This is fucking shit.
You will fail and break our father's heart. Only then will my revenge be complete.
This is such bullshit. Why even give you the... Why even give you the perception of chance of this not going terribly wrong? I need him to roll dog shit. And he didn't.
We are done here.
It's fucking bullshit.
We settled the first score. But that is not all I have prepared for you. Far from it.
Ramel, my friend. He saved me. He saved my son. But he could not save what was already broken into 1,000,000 pieces. Her eyes were not empty. Her eyes.
So it was him the whole time. I'm sorry, I did not know. There's no way I could have. Was he the one who mutilated Bernard? He ordered his thugs to do it. Cannot believe that I raised such a monster. It's not over yet. I'm going to kill him. He will not stop hurting us unless I do. I must kill him. I lost my son long ago. Then I got him back for a little more than a few seconds, only to lose him again. I'm not going to defend someone who has reached the bottom for a second time. There's only darkness in his life, as in mine. Pardon? Nothing. We need to stick together. Yeah, I can imagine. Not so much. Your brother's army will arrive in 4 days. You just come back home and you chill. is anywhere that I can... Okay, I can scout that section. Let's go here. 6, 5. So I can't do anything in my house. I'm gonna grant immunity. Lower. My section's doing okay. And ladies and gentlemen, on that bombshell, it's going to call it for another episode. Man, so much has happened. So much that I can't believe. I mean, I should have seen it coming. Now I have to worry about Ramil. Is Ramil still helping me because he wants to help me, or has he been the pawn of my brother the whole time and just pushing me where I needed to go? So I need to keep a more close eye on Ramil. But as always, if you enjoyed the video, I ask you to like, comment, subscribe below. If you'd like to take your hand at the revolution yourself, there'll be a link to it in the description below. And you can always find me at Twitch at Haunted Husband, Twitter, Haunted_Husband, and at TikTok at Haunted Husband as well. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Hopefully better than this guy sitting in front of us. He looks really beat up. And I will, of course, haunt you later.